with a question regarding parenting and relationships. It's kind of in that area. It technically qualifies as a parenting issue, even though the question comes from a teen. The teen wished to remain anonymous, but for the sake of this argument, we will call her Jill, okay? And Jill's looking to be emancipated. Now, before we go on with answering Jill's question, let me tell you exactly what a teen emancipation is. When a teen is emancipated, that means they're seeking the legal right to do things that based on their age they can't do, and that would be like sign contracts, rent an apartment, things like that. Teen emancipation was brought about so teens who were living on their own or on their own would have a legal means to take care of things that they would need to do. Again, like signing contracts. These laws vary by state. So don't think just because your state has a teen emancipation law that another state will. Now, I know a lot of these teens show up at these legal forums and ask these questions and whatnot. And I can tell you right now, as I've mentioned in another video, legal forums are not always manned by legal experts or lawyers. They're manned by people just like you and me who may or may not have a law degree, who may or may not even know what they're talking about. But regardless, teens seek to be emancipated for various reasons. First of all, teen emancipation laws are for teens who need it, not want it. Okay, there's a big difference there. Just because you want to be emancipated does not mean you just walk into a courtroom and file some papers and become emancipated. First of all, let me tell you that less than 1% of all teen emancipation requests nationally are successful. Yes, less than 1%. So the chances of you having a successful teen emancipation are less than 1%. And again, that's if your state even has a statute. Now, I mentioned that teen emancipation is for teens who need it, not want it. That's exactly the case. The original teen emancipation laws were designed for teens who, through no fault of their own, found themselves in a position of self-support. Okay, by self-support, that means exactly that, self-support. So you're a teen, you want to get out of your house, you need to be self-supporting. That does not mean welfare, food stamps, Uncle Bob, your best friend. No, you can't go live with your boyfriend, you can't go live with your girlfriend. You can't go live with somebody else's parents. No, you have to be self-supporting. When you go to the courthouse, they're going to ask you things about, do you have a job? How long have you had a job? How much do you make? Where are you going to live? How are you going to continue your education? All of these are going to be factors. This is why less than 1% qualify. Teens think they can walk in, go to the courthouse, and go live with their boyfriend or girlfriend or their girlfriend's parents or their boyfriend's parents, or they'll just go on welfare. Or they'll have a baby. That's another one. Having a baby does not emancipate you. In fact, it shows the courts you need more supervision, not less. Okay? Teen emancipation is about self-support. You must have a job. You must have that job for at least 6 months, I would guess. The job has to be able to pay enough to cover all your expenses. Again, you cannot have help from the county, from the state, from the federal government. You can't have help from your parents, from Uncle Bob, from your, from friends, relatives, whatever. No, you have to be self-supporting and you have to provide that. You also have to show the court that you're going to continue your education. They don't want a bunch of more people that are on welfare living off of the state or the government in order to survive. Okay? Teen emancipation is about self-support. It is not about abuse. If you're being abused, then you need to contact a clergyman, a school teacher, a school counselor, a police officer, social services, a doctor, a nurse, anyone who is a mandated reporter, so they can get the police and or social services involved and get you the help you need if you're being abused. Abuse is not a cause or a reason for emancipation. Again, emancipation is about self-support. If you're being abused and you don't have a means to support yourself, that's not going to happen. And you cannot be emancipated to go live with if your parents are separate with your other parent, or to go live with your grandparents or something like that. Emancipation, again, is you living independently, self-supporting, like your parents are, or providing their self-supporting. Okay? Don't be fooled. Don't fall into the trap where your friends are telling you, oh, yeah, you can get emancipated, just do that. Teen emancipation is about self-support. You must have a job. You must continue your education. You must be self-supporting. You may not have help from any outside source. Okay, so before you fall into the trap that you're, oh, I'm just going to be emancipated. Oh, by the way, you can't go into the courthouse and say, I will get a job. No, you must have the job. When you go to the courthouse to tell them about your teen emancipation request, then you must show them that you already have the means to be self-supporting. This includes car insurance, rent, groceries, food, transportation, entertainment, everything. You have to be able to provide proof that you can support yourself. All right? Getting pregnant does not emancipate you. Don't kid yourself. All right? Living with your boyfriend is not being emancipated, is not self-supporting. You're living with your boyfriend. Living with somebody else's parents, or the other parent, or a grandparent, or a friend, or an aunt, an uncle, a sibling. None of those things are teen emancipation. Teen emancipation is a legal action that is not the law in all 50 states. So you need to check that out, see if your state has an emancipation law and what the criteria is. In California, the minimum age for a teen emancipation is, I think, 15. Other states, it's 16 or 17. Some states, it's not at all. It's not an option. In some states, all the teen emancipation will do will give you the right to sign contracts. It will not give you the right to do anything else. Okay? So before you go run to a legal forum, before you run to anything else, understand these simple facts. First of all, less than 1% of all teen emancipations nationally are successful. That's right, less than 1%. Next, you must, M-U-S-T, must be self-supporting. No help from outside sources. All right? You have to be in a position that you need to be emancipated, not want to be. Just because your parents won't let you go to the movies, or won't let you date your boyfriend, or they're abusive. None of those are reasons for teen emancipation. Teen emancipation is for teens who need it, not want it. All right. If you have any questions, like Jill here, feel free to email me at lovemywifeforlife@gmail.com, and we will put your video out here with your answers. By the way, the answers are not just by myself. I'm the one that produces them. There's a group of individuals that we collectively get together, talk about it, and come up with how we're going to present the answer to the person who asked the question. All right. If you have a comment, you can certainly comment here, or you can make an opposing video, and we will post it here in opposition to this video if that's what you choose to do. Look at some of the other videos here. You'll see there's a place where we allow you to post your videos that are in agreement or opposition of anything we posted here. All right. Okay, Jill, I hope that answers your question. I realize it's probably not the answer you want, but teen emancipation is not what it's cracked up to be, and trust me, as an adult who's lived on his own for quite a while, that's not all it's cracked up to be either. All right? If you have an opportunity to stay at home, whatever your issues are, I would suggest you work them out. Stay there as long as you can. Enjoy this while you can, because living out here in the real world, paying your own bills and whatnot, is not all it's cracked up to be. There's some freedoms involved, but there's also some other factors, okay? All right, Jill, I hope you have a good day, and I hope you work things out.